Hi everyone. Today I'm going to explain about normal labor. In that I'm going to explain about causes of onset of labor and uh, when it is called as normal labor, what is the criteria and what are all the stages of normal labor and physiology of labor. Let's see the definition. A series of events that takes place in female genital organs to expel the product of conception that are fetus, placenta, membranes out of the womb through the vagina into the outer world. The process, simple way we can say a process of delivery. So it is a series of movement to expel the fetus and also placenta and membranes to the outer world through the vagina. Its series of movement takes place, its journey through the pelvis to the outer world. So what are all the events will takes place? That is normal labor. Let's see normal labor also called as eutosia. So labor is called normal when it is fulfilling this following criteria. So what is this criteria? Spontaneous in onset and at term. If delivery is occurring at the term 48th week or 38 to 48th week at full term, then it will be termed as normal labor. When it is occurring before the 48th week, that is preterm. Beyond the 48th week, that is postterm. And with vertex presentation, the position should be vertex, lie should be longitudinal. This is vertex presentation, flexion, and when it is in vertex, then it is called as normal labor. And without undue prolongation. Now we have stages in the labor: first stage, second stage, third and fourth. So second stage will take 2 hours in primary and 30 minutes for the multigravid women. So when it is getting prolonged beyond 2 hours fetus to come out, so that will be prolonged labor. It may not be considered as normal labor. So the onset should be at the term. It should be on vertex presentation with undue prolongation and natural termination without minimal age and without having any complications affecting the health of the mother or baby. If there is a cord around the neck, the baby will not come outside. It may get strangulated inside. Otherwise, if the mother is suffering with CPD, that is cephalopelvic disproportion, or if there is a pregnancy induced hypertension, then those women should be sent to the cesarean section. If there are any complications, then it will not be termed as normal labor. So this is the criteria. Let's see what are all the causes of onset of labor. The first is uterine distension of uterus and fetoplacental contribution. So here due to the activation of fetal hypothalamic pituitary axis, there will be a increased CRT, that means corticotropin release hormone, and which will initiate ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone, and it will initiate the secretion and accelerated production of estrogen and prostaglandin from the placenta. So due to this, estrogen will release the oxytocin from maternal pituitary and promote synthesis of myometrial receptors for oxytocin and prostaglandin and stimulate synthesis of myometrial contraction protein, increases the excitability of myometrial cell, though that the baby may come out due to the uterine contractions. And progesterone. Alteration of estrogen and progesterone ratio is associated with prostaglandin synthesis. See, oxytocin will play a very important role in uterine contractions. So prostaglandin and oxytocin. So it is a major site of production where prostaglandins major site of production at amnion and chorion and decidual cells and myometry. So oxytocin, as I said previously, it will stimulate the uterine contraction and stimulate the prostaglandin production from amnion and decidua. So this will be triggered, prostaglandin will be triggered by rise in the estrogen, glucocorticoid, mechanical stretching in late pregnancy, separation or rupture of membrane, and it enhances the gap junction formation. So these are the causes of labor. Here many of people will mistaken in the true labor pains and false labor pain. If the pregnant woman is having slight abdominal pain due to the constipation or indigestion, or if she cannot hold the pregnancy for too long, if she is standing, if she is getting abdominal pain, groin pain, they might mistake that they are getting true labor pains. So how to differentiate this? How we are going to recognize this true labor pain and false labor pain? So first we need to check the uterine contraction at regular intervals. In the false labor pains, dull pain confined to the only groin and abdomen, whereas here full abdomen, especially at the lower abdomen in true labor pains. And contraction frequency, intensity, duration will increases gradually. Here it will be remain same, and associated with the show, mucus plug will come out through the vagina, from the vagina, and pain interval does not shorten, pain intensity remain the same, progressive effacement and dilatation of cervix. Cervix will be, cervical dilatation will be occurring in the true labor pains. When in the false labor pain we cannot see dilatation, cervical dilatation, and descent of the presenting part. The presenting part which is at the vagina, where it is visible. Suppose here vertex, the head is coming down to the opening of the vagina. So that is the descent. Descent is coming down. Descent is a continuous process throughout the labor. So, and here no hardening of the uterus. And in the true labor pain, true labor, we'll see formation of bags of water. All the amniotic fluid come down, so accumulated at the lower in front of the presenting part. So that is bags of water. And these false labors will be relieved by the enema and sedatives. After giving enema, they say that pain has relieved. But here in the true labor, after giving enema or sedative, the pain will not be relieved until unless delivery occur. So that is how we can differentiate true labor and false labor. And let's see the physiology of normal labor. Here marked hypertrophy and hyperplasia of uterine muscles can be seen. Length of the uterus, that is cervix 35 centimeter at term, and uterus assumes pyriform or oval shape. So length of the uterus, that is 7.5 centimeter in uterus in normal women. When during the pregnancy it will grow till 30 to 35 centimeter at term, and the shape of the uterus will be like ovoid shape, and cervical canal by thick tenacious mucus plus can be seen. So let's see the stages of labor. In this process of delivery, there are 4 stages: first stage, second stage, third stage and fourth stage. The first stage, it will start with the full true labor pains, as I said, true labor pains, and ends with the cervical dilatation. Let's see here. It concerns with the formation of birth canal. Main events are dilatation of cervix and effacement of cervix, lower uterine segment formation. The baby, the fetus will come down, descent will occur. So here the first stage will start with true labor pains, end with the full dilatation of cervix. This first stage also called as cervical stage, where I didn't mention here. The first stage is called as cervical stage. Let's see this first stage for primary, it will be 12 hours. Primary mother who is giving birth for the first time, the multi-gravida woman, a second pregnancy or third pregnancy, third delivery, they will be experiencing this first stage 6 hours. 12 hours for primary mothers and 6 hours for multi-gravida. Second stage of labor. So it begins with the full dilatation of cervix and completed end with the fetal delivery, where the baby will come out. So here we can see this. So in this we can see two stages, propulsive stage and expulsive stage. In the propulsive stage, the head touches the pelvic floor. In the expulsive stage, the baby delivery of the fetus will occur. The baby will be got delivered. So for the primary mother, it will be for 2 hours, and the multi-gravida women 30 minutes. So as I said, propulsive phase and expulsive phase. Let's see the third stage of labor. So now first stage, true labor, pain started, cervical dilatation, the cervix has become big in the first stage, and the baby, the fetus has came out in the second stage. And what about placenta? So here the placenta, after delivery of the fetus, the placental separation will occur. So here manual removal of placenta should be done. Is included separation, descent and expulsion of the placenta with the membranes. So let's see here. There are two methods are followed for placental separation. First one is a central, that is also called as Schultz, and the second one is a marginal or Matthew Duncan's. So when the placenta is in central portion, it is called as Schultz, and when it is side by side, marginal. So it will take 15 minutes time to remove placenta in both primary and multi. If the gynecology is experienced, it may take 5 to 10 minutes variation. It depends upon the active management. Then the fourth stage of labor. So here in fourth stage is nothing but observational stage. Here after removing the placenta, we need to check for the membranes and umbilical cord, that should be examined properly, and also the mother vital statistics and baby's Apgar score. And during the delivery, is there are any lacerations, check for any lacerations of birth canal, and if episiotomy is done, so wound care sutures has to be given. So if any of laceration, that is first degree, second degree, third degree or fourth degree lacerations, so this laceration or perineal tear, we are going to take a separate class for this. So I am not going to confuse you all for at this time. So this is the fourth stage of labor, where it is called as observational stage. So in the next class, we will see management of labor. Let's summarize the topic. A series of events that takes place in female genital organs to expel the product of conception. So at after the 9 months of pregnancy, during the delivery, what are all the events taking place in the female genital organs to expel the fetus outside, fetus, placenta and membranes to the outer world, that is called as labor. So there are four stages. first stage is also called as cervical stage. It will start with the true labor pains and end with the full dilatation of cervix. Second phase is called as second phase. Under this, two events will occur, propulsive, expulsive, where the fetal head touches the pelvic floor, that is propulsive. Expulsive is delivery of the fetus will occur. So it will take place 2 hours in primary and 30 minutes in multi. Third phase is removal of placenta and Schultz or Duncan-Matthew method. And fourth stage is observational stage. So this is about the labor. Thank you. If you have any doubts, please reach me.